Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Muhamad Ibnu Athaillah and I'm from 65 Standard High School, Tel Social 2, Absen number 18. On this video, I'm gonna tell you about the biography Martin Luther King Jr. So now, enjoy this video. Martin Luther King Jr. He was a minister, a poet, a lover of words and freedom. He was a family man, a talented speaker, a seeker of truth and justice. He met every challenge he faced, and by the time he went home to the Lord, he was already an American icon. He was Martin Luther King Jr., and this is his story. He was born in Atlanta on January 15, 1929, with a name Michael Luther King Jr. that had his name changed to Martin later in life. His grandfather and father were pastors in Atlanta. The family legacy served there since 1914, and from 1960 until his death, Martin Luther King Jr. acted as co-pastor alongside his father. Martin attended segregated public school in Georgia, graduating from high school at the age of 15 after skipping 2 grades. He was a talented young man, receiving his Bachelor of the Arts degree in 1948 from Morehouse College. After 3 years of theological study, he was awarded Bachelor of Divinity in 1951. He then enrolled in graduate studies at Boston University and received his PhD in 1955. In Boston, he also met and married with Coretta Scott, an intellectual and artistic young woman. They bore 2 sons and 2 daughters. In 1954, Martin Luther King Jr. became pastor in Montgomery, Alabama. He was a strong advocate for civil rights in the black community. Martin Luther King Jr. is not just famous, however, for his "I Have a Dream" speech. What is the most outstanding is he based his entire model for the non-violent movement, his experience as a Christian minister. He led massive protests that drew the attention of the entire world, all stemming for his belief that all men are created equal under God. Before a crowd of nearly 250,000 people, he made a proclamation, and that proclamation was that we should not be judged by the color of our skin, but rather by the content of our character. And his character was one of the greatness, one that will be remembered in the history book as a man beyond reproach, as a man who received the Nobel Peace Prize at the age of 35, a man who has given distinguished honors from leaders all over the world, a champion for the rights of those who have none. Would that he were with us today, but alas, it is not so. A sniper ended his life on April 4th, 1968, as he was standing on the balcony of his room, a motel room in Memphis, Tennessee. But though the man died that day, his legacy lives on. It lives in the heart of those who are like-minded, seeking true equality, not the fraudulent equality that puts one above another, but a truly colorblind equality, and one that values each person as a child of God. And as a children of God, ourselves, we must do all that we can to make sure that his dream is upheld and his legacy is not forgotten, that we too may join on that triumphant day in saying, "Free at last, free at last. Thanks God Almighty, we are free at last." That's all. Thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.